Hello and welcome to the first episode of this new series on my channel. I'm a dancing fool. It's my new Strictly review of Strictly Come Dancing 2021, brand new review on my channel. Yes, I'm starting a new series on my channel about Strictly Come Dancing on this channel because I want to review it. It's a show that I watch, my family, and I have opinions on it. And yes, I wanted to do a series this year. I wanted to do something different this year and do a series, like a podcast but in vision, on my YouTube channel, because why not? Why not? So I want to talk about Strictly Come Dancing, and then in this first episode I'm going to be talking about the lineup, which the celebs you should be looking out for, and yes, and try to predict a winner out of all this. But first, let's talk about some of the other news Strictly this year that has happened. Well, there's been some few changes this year. The first new change is we've got a new judge. Anton is taking over from Bruno this year, which is going to be an interesting feeling, shall we say. Also, it's good to have 4 judges back in the panel. It's good to have the top scorers at perfect 40 and perfect 30, unlike last year. I don't know how I feel about Anton being a judge. Whether I'm going to prefer him as a judge or a professional dancer. But I guess, as the years were going on with Anton, we were just going in circles with all his partners. I mean, Susanna God's side of that samba, did I just reenact that? Just, oh, that was so sad. But yeah, he does bring the fun to Strictly, but I'm very interested to see him as a judge. I hope he doesn't turn into Alicia Dixon and give everybody high praise, and, I want him to be a judge. We'll see. And also another change, Jeanette Manrara is not going to be dancing anymore. She's now new host on It Takes Two. I'm going to miss Jeanette. I like Jeanette, actually. It's all pocket rocket. Well, I'm quite small, I'm 5'8", so I sympathise with that. But I'm looking forward to seeing her host It Takes Two. And you know what? At least she knew when to stop. She had a good series last year. She knew when she had to stop. And you know what? At least now Jeanette and Alias may have a baby. Hey, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? And also we've got 4 new pros this year as well, which I might talk about in another video when we do all the partnerships and that's the jazz in probably my next episode. But yes, we've got 4 new pros, 3 new men and 1 new girl. Yeah, and I'll talk a bit more about them in an upcoming video. But let's now talk about, and another thing, very quickly. We've got 13 weeks on Strictly this year, then 9, which is great. We've got a cast of 15, which is great. We're bringing back Halloween. We ain't bringing back Blackpool, unfortunately, which surprised me because I thought they would after a year absence, but apparently, the restrictions in Blackpool weren't easy, social distancing, it wasn't as easy to do in Blackpool, so I guess there were more reasons, so we know. But nevertheless, we've got a series which is great, and let's go through the lineup. So first up, we have got singer and author Tom Fletcher. You may know him mainly from McFly, and he's also has his own YouTube channel, some children's books. I grew up listening to McFly. I got to say, I really do enjoy listening to McFly back in the day in the noughties and growing up, but I used to listen to them a lot. So yes, Tom Fletcher I know very well. Um, Surprised he was well, I was surprised when he is doing Strictly this year, considering his wife, Giovanna, just won I'm a Celeb back in December. So it's very close, very close. I thought it would take a few years to do him doing a show, but no, and of course 10 years ago, Harry Judd did win Strictly in 2011, oh gosh. It's weird that now, because Anton's not part of the pros, that none of the pros back in 2011 are not on as pros now. Which is, wow, time goes fast, doesn't it? I think there's a lot of pressure on Tom to do as well, because we have when a group, this remember when Simon Webb did it in 2014 from Blue and did really well, and then also from Blue, Lee Ryan did Strictly a few years later and didn't do so well. So they wanted Jay McGuinness won it all in 2015, and in 2020 Max George from the same group did Strictly and went out week 4 out of 9, bearing in mind short series. So I mean the only time it worked I think was with kind of Frankie Bridge from the Saturdays and then Molly King, also from the Saturdays, did a few years later, at least made it to the 70s. But I don't want to get my hopes up thinking he's going to be great and then get a huge disappointment when he's out, week 6. I'm going to jinx it now. But I think he's got potential. I think he'll definitely he's probably got musicality in his bones, being a musician, of working with music. I hope he goes far. I hope he has potential, and I think he will. I think he's going to be one to watch out for, and I am going to be intrigued to see his routines. Okay, quickly moving on. Up next we have got comedy actor Robert Webb. Yes, a celeb that I was quite pleasantly surprised signing up. I'm gonna say I'm really happy he's on the show. I'm really looking forward to him. He is a comedian, actor, author. Worked with David Mitchell. I think he could be like the Bill Bailey of this year. The comedian. That surprises us all because he has got dance talent. He won the comic relief show, Let's Dance for Comic Relief in 2009, and I know that was a few years ago, but I think he's got some few moves up his sleeves. I think he's going to be a really dark horse that's going to surprise everyone, and yeah, I'm looking forward to him. I do like Robert Webb. I've seen his stuff. I think I watched a bit of Peat show, I've got to be honest. That ain't my programme personally, but his other stuff with David Mitchell and all of that, I do think he's quite funny, and I am looking forward to seeing him on Strictly. Yes, I think that was a really good booking. And next we've got TV presenter AJ Adudu. She is a presenter. She has presented quite a lot of shows. She presented Big Brother's Bit on the Side back in 2013 for a series. She has done countless TV appearances in the last couple of years. She did SAS Who Dares Wins, did quite well on that. What has she done? She's done Cooking with the Stars. This year she's done Love Island Artisan, The Wheel, Cooking with the Stars. And she's the backstage presenter on The Voice. She's currently doing Apocalypse Wow on ITV2. So yes, she's done quite a lot, She's the new Gemma Collins of TV shows and Joey Essex, But you know what? She's good TV. I like her. I love her northern accent. I hope she comes on the right side. I hope people don't find her annoying when the show starts. That I either love her or hate her, like Mark, I hope she doesn't come annoying to some people. I hope not. Once again, beautiful girl, you know, has potential. Excited what to see from her. I really am. I think it was about, you know, it was a matter of time until she does the show. So, yeah, I think she's another one. Potential with AJ. We'll see who she gets. Okay, next celebrity to talk about is it is TV baker and broadcaster John Waite. Now, John won the Great British Bake Off in 2012. That was my very first series actually watching Bake Off when he won, so that's quite nice as well. He's also been presenting on Lorraine when they did cooking items. They got rid of the cooking items in 2017 because they wanted to see more Dan Wootton on the Lorraine show for some reason. Shame. And what else? Oh, he does Steph's Packed Lunch currently as well. And obviously, big news, he is going to be partnering up with a guy. It's going to be a same-sex male couple, which, in my opinion, is good to see. As I said last year with Nicola and Katia, I don't see a problem with the same gender dancing together. For goodness sake, they're not having sex with each other. They're not kissing each other. They're not doing anything inappropriate. They're dancing together. Please get a room if you are offended. But in any case, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. I've known him since Bake Off. He seems like he is up for it. I'm wishing him the best. Good for him. Good luck, John. And then we have got also CBBC star Rhys Stevenson. Now, with Rhys, I vaguely know. I mean, I think I've moved on from the CBC era that I've watched CBC from, but I vaguely see him on things. He's quite young, I think. He's one of the young contestants. 27, is he? About that age. Yeah. You know, getting another CBBC presenter. I mean, a couple of years ago, we all loved Grim. We all fell in love with him. He was such a nice guy. So maybe the same could happen to Rhys. I don't know. Will the same magic happen again? I don't know. Another one that I say he has potential. Has he got dancing experience? I don't know. But he looks like he's going to be another one that's up for it. Hoping for the best for him. I hope he does well and has maybe the same story as Grim did back in 2019. Then from Dragon's Den, it's Sarah Davies. Yes, Sarah Davies, best known being a dragon on Dragon's Den, of course. She looks like a load of fun, doesn't she? She's balls of energy, Sarah. Or Sarah, I should say, sorry. You know, she's only been on Dragon's Den for only for 2 years now, so yeah, got on to treatment quite quickly. She was the youngest dragon to ever done Dragon's Den at 35, which 35 is young for a dragon. But no, she seems like she's going to have a whole lot of fun. It's probably a dream come true. I don't know if she's going to win or not, but I wish her the best. I think she's going to bring a whole lot of fun, and I hope she enjoys herself, and hopefully she'll get a good partner from it as well. Next we've got soap star Katie McGlynn. She's best known for being in Waterloo Road, Coronation Street, and currently in Hollyoaks. But you probably mainly know her best for being in Coronation Street, playing Sinead. Was that the character Sinead? I think it was, yes. I don't usually watch Coronation Street that much, but I remember her when she died. She got killed off. I remember. She won an NTA for that as well. Yeah, Sinead Tinker. I remember her last moments on that show. Yes, and it's good to see her again, currently in Hollyoaks, which is interesting because usually they don't usually go for current actors or actresses in soaps other than EastEnders or Custody. If it's not on the BBC, then they won't sign you up. But okay, it's nice to see. It's nice to see. She's a soap star, so I presume she has dance experience. So if not, then I usually soap stars like you just left Corrie or usually tend to do well actually. Georgia May Foote comes to instance. I liked Catherine Tilsley a couple of years ago. I thought she was great and could have gone further, but yeah. I'm thinking once again, she's another one that's got potential. I don't think anybody out this lineup I could definitely say they're going to be bad, they're going to be awful. No, it's really hard to judge them when they just see who's in the lineup without seeing any dancing. But I could probably say I don't think she's going to be the first one out. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what she's going to do on the dance floor. Yeah. And up next, we've got, oh yes, a person that I thought would never do Strictly. From BBC Breakfast, Dan Walker. The band that's been picked to do Strictly ever since probably 2018 or something like that. Yes, Dan Walker's best known for presenting BBC Breakfast. Also, what's the program called with the Football Focus, and Match the Day probably, and all the sport programmes, and he's presented the sport headlines on BBC Sports, and I think he started as well on BBC Northwest tonight as well. Yes, so he's been around. I'm very looking forward to Dan because he has been kind of rumoured every year since 2018. He's turned Strictly down before. He said, I would like to watch Strictly but never go on it. And here he is, finally on it, which is great to see. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Because it's been so long. It's been so long. He's been rumoured nearly every year since 2018. So it's great, finally, at long last, to see him. He's very tall, so I presume he's going to get a very tall partner. I don't know how good he's going to be. Maybe another dark horse. Maybe enough one to look out for. I don't know. BBC Breakfast, presenters, don't always do well. Nigel Manchetti comes to mind, Carol Kirkwood comes to mind, and they didn't last that very long. Mike Bushell comes to mind. But Susanna Reid did well, I guess. Chris Hollins did well, so it's a mixed bag, but, he's gonna, I'm gonna be hoping he's good. I hope I won't be let down. Okay, next we have got movie actor. No, rewind. Sorry. We have got presenter and chef Tilly Ramsey. Of course, it's Tilly Ramsey. Now, Tilly is presenter. She has her own. Well, she did have her own show on CBBC called. Yeah, she had her own show on the CBBC channel. I don't know if they call it on the CBBC channel anymore. Matilda and the Ramsey Bunch, that was it called. And of course, she is the daughter of the famous chef, Gordon Ramsay, of course. Yes, famous connections there. So yes, she was supposed to do Strictly last year. Well, she was in the bag of like being selected to do Strictly, but unfortunately she broke her arm. I think she fell off a seesaw or something, so she couldn't do it last year. So Strictly have kindly given her a second chance of doing the show this year instead. Although I don't know who she would have replaced. She must have would have been Maisie Smith would have been for replacement. It would have felt weird that they wouldn't have had anybody from EastEnders or anybody from soaps. But anyway, I digress. But it's good to see her again, that they did give her a chance. You know, when she was announced, a lot of people are kind of, who is she? Who is she? Which, you know, I kind of feel unfair, she's only 19. But you know what, she's done a bit, you know, she's done some presenting, I think, on CBBC, you know, she's done a bit of cooking, you know, on TV. So, yeah, I mean, she's not, look, she's not a huge name out of the bunch of celebs we have this year. Let's keep it real. But you've got to start somewhere. I'm sorry, she's 19 years old. You know, she's not 29, she's not 30, you know, she's only 19. Like, give the girl a break. You know, she's only starting out her career. And to be offered, you know, to do Strictly Come Dancing at, what, only 19 years old is the rest of, you know. So good for her. She is the youngest celebrity in this year's cast, at only 19 years old, as I mentioned before. So, not the youngest we've ever had. Oh no, Louisa Linton, EastEnders star, who plays Ruby. She was only like 17 when she took. 17. That's the youngest we've ever had, and I think we'll ever will, because I don't think we'll ever beat 17. But anyway, back to Tilly. She seems nice. She seems like a nice girl. Yeah. I think wasn't she dating Gino DiCaprio's son? I don't know if they're still dating. But anyway, I hope they haven't broken up. If they have, then that's good for her pro. Because it's obviously she's going to get a young pro. She's going to get one of the new pros. Let's keep it real. You know, I can't wait until part of this prediction. You just know it's going to happen. But which one? We'll have to wait and see. But once again, lots of potential. Anyway, moving on to our next celebrity. Movie actor Greg Wise. Greg Wise. Now, this is the first name where I go, oh yeah, him. Oh yeah. Oh, he's married to Emma Thompson, who I do know more. He has been in Sense and Sensibility and plenty of other movies. As I said, and also in The Crown, which is very popular as well. So yeah, so he's been in kind of few things as well. He's then married to Emma Thompson. 55 years, the eldest celebrity to take part, which is quite big because you wouldn't think 55 would be the oldest celebrity age. But anyway, I don't know how old he's going to be. You could easily rule him out as being the first one out. But remember what happened to Bill Bailey last year. Similar age, won the whole thing. So I don't know. You know, it's a hard one to predict what's going to happen to Greg. I don't know if he's going to win. I doubt so. But you never know who's going to get. He could get somebody a professional that's going to really kill it with him. But you never know. It's so hard because I don't really know much about him, whether it's going to be good or bad. You know, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. And there's a good reason why Greg Wise is doing the show, because of his late sister that passed away was a massive fan of Strictly, so that's nice to hear. Okay, and next we have got actress Nina Wadia. Now, she has been in a few things. She's been in EastEnders, playing Zaina. for about 5 or 6 years. I remember very well in that. She has also been in Goodness Gracious Me with the Kumans, which, you know, was very popular as well, and Open All Hours, or Still Open All Hours, the remake of that. So she's been in a few things, Nina. So yes, I'm looking forward to her. Once again, Dark Horse. A celebrity you wouldn't, like, expect to see coming, but then surprise us all. I'm hoping for the best for Nina as well. I sound like a broken record. I hope for see her the best, you know. But it's just so hard to say what they're going to be like. I think she could be another one that surprises us all. You know, she's an actress, so she knows how to play the character, so that'll be good. Like, you know, Tango, you know, she will know how to play a character, which is great. I'm looking forward to another one. I think this lineup is really good. Anyway, let's move on and quickly move on to the next celebrity. Now, we really need to talk about this next celebrity because she is really interesting character to talk about. It is from EastEnders, Rose Ellis. Now, she plays Frankie in EastEnders. Another EastEnders, but this time current. Now, what's amazing about Rose, our beautiful Rose, is that she is going to be the first ever deaf contestant on Strictly Come Dancing, which is incredible. So yes, a bit more about Rose. Obviously, 26. You know, has played Frankie Lewis in EastEnders last year, so only been on the square for a year, but nevertheless, you know, she's had a few storylines last year, which is great. And yes, she is going to be the first deaf contestant. I've got no idea how it's going to work, how, you know, it's all going to work, but there must be a way, and I'm really looking forward to it. I hope she's definitely going to get a good pro. Yeah, because this is a big deal at the end of the day. To get the first deaf contestant, you have to, you know, not mess it up. It's a big deal. It's a big responsibility at the end of the day. This is the first deaf contestant, so it's going to be interesting who she's going to get, how, you know, how the routine's going to work, you know, how they're going to do it out of hold and dance to the beat of the music. It's going to be really interesting because I don't really know how. I don't know much about, like, how, you know, the deaf community and that. But I'm intrigued to know, and as a viewer, I'm intrigued to know how she's going to dance and do all these routines as a deaf contestant. Which, you know, it's going to be quite something for Strictly. It's a new feeling for Strictly. Nevertheless. Okay, but I am looking forward to it. So the next celebrity to take part is Olympic swimming gold medalist Adam Peatley. Yes, he has been our Olympic swimmer in the pool for Team GB this summer, and he has done us proud. He has won multiple gold medals in Rio and Tokyo this year. The 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympic Games that just finished a few days ago, actually. You know, I knew they would get Olympian this year. They had to, you know, obviously it had to happen. And I think they chose a really good one, Adam. You know, he has done us proud. Team GB this summer. He really has a lot of gold medals as well with breaststroke. You know, good old Peat with his tattoo arms and his bald head. Just needs to grow some hair for Strictly, I think. But nevertheless, dance-wise, I think he's going to be great. I think he's an athlete, so he's used to training. Which is, I think, gives me high hopes. And yes, I'm usually Olympians for people, you know, I would like to think sometimes it doesn't always work out. Sometimes, aka James Cracknell. Um, um, but, you know, he's not going to dance a tango to gold, I hope. Hopefully it won't be deja vu, and, you know, he's used to training, he's used to getting gold medals, you know. Hey, he's strictly gold. Who knows? Let's see. And next up, oh, no, I just love this. Next is comedian and loose woman, Judy Love. I love Judy. Oh, you know, out of all the lineup slips, this is the one I predicted to be on Strictly this year. Before any rumours came in, I knew that they would get this woman to do Strictly. I just love Judy Love. I think she's great, I think she's funny, I think she's a great addition on Loose Women. I cannot wait to see her. I've been looking forward to this. Is another one where I'm up there for the ones I'm looking forward to do Strictly. She is going to be great. You know, I've seen her so many things. And you know, when the names were coming up Strictly, I was kind of hoping, oh, please Judy be there. And I was thinking, oh, they've already got 2 comedians this year. I was thinking, oh, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. And then her name came up, and at the last few ones, and I was so happy, because I think she's going to be really fun, and really entertaining, and yes, I hope she doesn't go out early, like Tamika Edson or Chizzy Akalulu. Like, I hope people vote for people like Judy. I know that sometimes, you know, big loud characters don't always last long on Strictly, but hopefully we've gone past that now, and I think she's fun comedian. I like her, I want her to do well, fingers crossed for her. Yes, I'm really looking forward to Judy. I predict that she's going to go out with a big Lizzo number, mark my words. And finally, the last celebrity this year is rugby union legend Hugo Molony. Yes, so he plays rugby, or used to play rugby union for England, and yes, he usually did quite well. And yes, I've got to be honest, I don't know much about him because I'm not usually into rugby that much. I like Olympics, you know, I like World Cups, I like Euros, I like Commonwealth Games, Paralympics, but I'm not really into my rugby. I got to be honest, so I don't know much about him compared to the others. But yeah, again, athlete, good at training, you know, he'll work hard. And it's good. It's quite refreshing to see a rugby star, because we haven't had a rugby star since 2014. Yeah, I think that's the last time we had a rugby star on it. So it's great to have someone from the field of rugby. He was the first celebrity to be leaked out, and the last celebrity to be confirmed by Strictly to do the show. Yes, maybe he's another one where no one sees coming, and then surprise us all. So yes, treated by him. And that's the lineup for Strictly Come Dancing 2021. Well, now seeing all the lineup this year, who do I predict is going to win the show? It's been tough. I had time to think about this, but my prediction of who might win the show, I'm going to go and say Robert Webb is going to win the show, because why not? We've seen him dance, and he has potential, he has dance experience, and I think the public will get behind him. And maybe a similar story to Bill Begley like last year. The comedian that surprises everyone wins it all. Who knows? I mean, most of the cast says she has potential. Who knows? Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. What do you think? Comment down below in the comment section below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back for more content very soon. Until then, goodbye people, goodbye.